Hello everyone, my name is Ittaqullah, and in this video I'm going to tell you about one of the most favorite stories from Indonesia. And the story is about Kancil and Crocodile. So yes, let's begin. In this story, Kancil was told as a small mouse deer and he lived in the forest and he had so many enemies. Fortunately, he was so clever that he could manage to escape every time his life was in trouble. One of his greatest enemies was a crocodile. This crocodile lived in the big river that bordered the forest, and he was very big, but he was not clever at all. That he always got tricked by Kancil. So one day it was very hot. It was in the middle of the dry season, and there was no wind at all. And the rain had not fallen for many weeks. That caused the little creeks where small animals used to have drink had dried up. And at that moment, Kancil was walking alone in the forest and he was very thirsty. He was looking for something to drink, but what he found was only dry mud. So the situation of the forest at that time was very quiet. All animals seemed to sleep, and so that Kancil decided to go to the big forest, the big river that bordered the forest. He always avoided going there because he knew that there was a crocodile who was always looking for him and always waiting for an opportunity to catch him. But because the forest was very quiet at that time, so he thought that the crocodile was also sleeping. And yes, he decided to go there, and when he arrived there, he immediately bent his head to the cool water, and when he was drinking, he noticed an object that was floating not far away from him. It was, let's say, a blackish thing, and in his opinion, there were only two possibilities about this object. It could be a fallen branch, or it could be the back of a crocodile. He was very surprised that he jumped back. He was very afraid, but at the same time, he was also very thirsty. And with his cleverness, he had an idea. He shouted to the object in a very clear voice, "Hey, who are you in the river? If you are a crocodile, please don't answer me. But if you are a lot of food, tell me your names." And now it was the crocodile who was floating there. The crocodile was waiting for a moment where Kancil did not look at him so that he could catch Kancil. But foolishly, he answered Kancil. He said, "Don't be afraid, I'm only a harmless log." And yes, Kancil immediately ran away while shouting over his shoulder to the crocodile, "Oh, stupid crocodile, have you ever heard a log of food talk?" And he managed to escape from the crocodile at that time. 2 weeks later, it was still very hot. It was still in the dry season, and it was even hotter than ever. And Kancil was very thirsty again. He was looking for something to drink, and he remembered about that big river that bordered the forest, and he wanted to try his luck once more, and he decided to go there again. And when he arrived there, he went down into the river and splashed himself. He was very happy that he played with the water. He forgot everything about the danger, and he picked up a dry twig like this that was floating around him, and he played the water with it. He beat the water that he made so much noise. And without knowing it, he woke up the crocodile who was sleeping in the neighborhood. And in a flash, the crocodile got out from his hiding place, and he immediately went to the Kancil. And then suddenly, Kancil felt sharp teeth that is biting one of his legs. Kancil was very surprised, but he did not lose his idea. So he dipped into the water the twig, and then he said, "Oh, stupid log of food, do you think that you have got me? The only thing that you have in your mouth is only a dry twig." And then Kancil moved the dry twig rapidly into the crocodile's eyes so that crocodile could not see him very well. And he was so full that he believed the clever talk of Kancil, and then he released his teeth from Kancil's leg, and then Kancil could run away. And yes, Kancil had tricked the crocodile again. Thank you. That's all.